In a past video on the subject of the Kirby character Bandana Waddle Dee, there is a concept I discuss common throughout all forms of fiction, the idea of a narrative foil to another character. There are a bevy of examples of these in gaming, from Cain to Cecil in Final Fantasy IV to Puchimuku to Kish in Linkle Liver Story. There are characters who are compared and contrasted against the main character, often in the role of an ally or a partner of some kind. With those instances aside, there's one character I mentioned in that video as most likely the most prominent example of that trend, Luigi from the Mario series. Luigi's role as a foil to Mario is one with a long history, but his origins weren't even in that narrative position. His first appearance was in Mario Bros. The arcade game, though technically its Game & Watch adaptation was released first. In this title, Luigi's role is solely as the second player, a total carbon copy to Mario. No real meaningful comparisons can be made between the two characters within the narrative because they're literally identical in every way aside from the color of the clothes they wear. While Luigi would gain more and more of his own gameplay identity in the games that followed, and even have his own spin-off games, it's only natural that within the diegesis of the games he would be treated as an afterthought. He is, after all, Green Mario. But the curious thing about this whole ordeal is that while the games themselves often treat Luigi as the butt of the joke in these situations as some lesser brother, Luigi is far more well regarded within fandom spaces. Though Luigi is not only within his brother's footsteps but often defined by them, there are so many people who are further endeared to him by the space that he holds within the canon. Luigi is one of the most popular Mario characters at present, and it's ironically partially due to his lack of popularity within the games that he occupies such a status. This disconnect forms a core facet of the appeal of the character. Luigi is perceived as an underdog, as someone who's endearing because of the lack of attention and wins he gets within the games themselves. However, something interesting to note here is that this perception is only held when Luigi is truly a focus. Because, to be frank, the version of Luigi that most people root for and adore isn't really a true underdog. He's still a character in one of the largest franchises in the world with a huge spotlight on him in nearly every one of its releases. People only care about Luigi when he has a distinct identity from Mario and his own notoriety, not when he's truly suffering. Nobody cared when Luigi was just Green Mario, assorted colors on an arcade screen made opposite his brother. Underdog narratives and their prevalence within Western cultural storytelling models are never truly concerned with actual quote-unquote underdogs. In a society framed around capital, the working class and their exploits are not viewed as interesting unless they somehow end up outside of the material conditions of the working class. The stories of class traders are the ones that are told. We see this all the time with film, how people go from the oppressed to the oppressor in a way that's intended to be viewed as plucky and determined. The Mario brothers are no different, though Luigi's meteoric rise is even more apparently dissonant than Mario's in this regard. He went from meaningless shell to affluent mansion owner. Luigi may have now escaped the shadow of his brother, but that version of Luigi, the one that existed in those halcyon days of stomping turtles and cleaning pipes, will forever just be a palette swap. The progenitor of Luigi, his original self, is one that will be out of focus. And no amount of apocryphal text can change that which has been etched in binary, that no one will ever truly care about a worker on his own. Only the exploits they get up to when they become a tyrant. This has been Arcade Everlasting, who secretly resented Luigi as a child for really arbitrary reasons, honestly. Signing off. Thank you for watching.